if you have one regret from your time in the NBA, what would it be?
Not one thing.
Yeah.
Not one thing.
Not one. Oh, not one thing.
Not one thing. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. God didn't make no perfect people in this world. And the closest thing that I would say to having a regret is not letting Larry Brown coach me the way I did once I conformed to whatever he was trying to get through to me. You know what I mean? When I was fighting with him all of the time, and 99.9% of the time it was my fault, just being so young and not knowing.
Isn't that the magic of it, though, is that when you're young, you have everybody has all this talent when they're young. And Kobe was lucky enough to get Phil at that right moment where he and Shaq, they had failed together with Dale Harris several times, and in comes Phil on the white horse at the moment to which he was willing to listen. And there was some fighting early on, right, but eventually they worked it out and they won all those titles together. I mean, some of it's more about timing. Even Jordan, like as good as Jordan was, people forget that Jordan didn't win titles because he'd get double teamed and kind of like you, he'd try and win it by himself. And they surround him with better and better players. Right. But there was a trust factor there, and they had to be put in the right position. And Jordan he fought with Phil, he fought with the triangles at the right moment. For you, I think a lot of it was probably not the right timing. You didn't get Larry into your life at the moment to which you were willing to accept coaching, and maybe you weren't willing to accept it at the right moment to which you had the team. Is that fair?
That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. And then one thing, a lesson was learned is you never miss something until it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's when I really, really, it bothered me the most, because when he was gone, that's when I realized how much I really missed him and needed him. You know what I mean? But other than that, as far as the whole overall career and everything that I went through, the ups and downs, I wouldn't trade it for the world. If I died today and came back in the next lifetime, I would rather be Allen Iverson. As big as a Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan fan that I am, I would rather come back Allen Iverson.
What about those next 40, 50 years for you?
I want to do something and get involved with something that I can put the passion and love in the same way I did with basketball. Now, that's really up in the air right now.
Is it in a gym, or is it mentoring kids? What is I go into a gym, it lights me up. I come here, I get to do this, it lights me up. What fires the neurons in your brain to which I want to go do that? I want to leave what I'm doing now and go do that now.
The fact that so many kids relate to me.
They do.
And my fight, my struggle, and the things that I've been through in my life, to have a voice for them, to be able to talk to them, and out of 100 kids, if one kid get it, just one kid, if one kid get it and take something from my life and turn his into a positive, or make a way for himself to create what he want to be in life, for him to fulfill his goal. If I can do that, then I'll feel so much better about myself, because I know the impact that I have on kids, especially the ones that come to me now and they be 6, 7 years old. And I'd be like, AI. I'm like, how you know me? It'd be like, YouTube, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay, so here's my question about YouTube. People watch you on clips on YouTube.
Right.
We were talking about John Wall earlier, and I was saying, look, there are guys that socially may not be with it socially, may be immature socially, John, considering where he was and where he is, and there's some catching up to do. But on the basketball floor, I think he has an exceptionally high basketball IQ.
Right.
I think he knows his game. I think he knows what's going on. I think he sees the game at a different level than other guys. Here's my question to you. If you were going to tell a 6-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old kid, here was my game, here is why people talk about me now, self-scout yourself, what was Allen Iverson on the basketball floor?
I played every single game with my heart. I played for my teammates. I felt like if they looked left or they looked right, they would see me in that foxhole. Every night, sick, hurt, whatever. And I played every game like it was my last because I looked at it like you never know when it can be your last. I seen guys get hurt and never be able to play again. So my whole thing was every time I played, I was going to give it everything I had because I don't know if I would have had the next game to try it over again. So I just and I think that's why people in Philly, the relationship that we have is like it is because they know I gave it all I had every night.